So I went to my search for the vacuum price conditions theory, and this came up from last year in April. Some guy took it upon himself to release some type of, he has some website or something called Sideways Trading Markets. Also in the background, I'm thinking about running simultaneously Hannah Forex in her wizardry of markets. In the beginning of this guy's video, you see this scenario that's pretty complicated. Huge disclaimer, schooloftrading.com. So there's nothing in here where he's going to tell you how to make any money. I doubt we're going to see an entry with a stop. Hannah's got a stop and a ratio. Hannah blows this guy away.
It's about that time of day again. My name is Joseph. Tuesday evening, April the 10th. Welcome back to your nightly newsletter. My plan this evening is to identify the most reliable trading opportunities setting up for tomorrow's Wednesday's trading session. And I'm covering crude oil, S&P, NASDAQ, gold, and euro. Starting off this evening, we have crude oil. Crude is bullish.
It sounds like he's a guy, the maitre d' at the restaurant. Starting off tonight, we have a salad. Would you like a Caesar salad to start?
With a strong vacuum effect running higher. And
now that's going to be when he drops the plates in the kitchen. You're going to have this strong vacuum effect of everybody, where everybody's just going,
grind break of today's...
A grind break. You know, I'd like a nice grind break later on, please. I'm so angry. Could I get a grind break with that? Look how he spelled out the scenario of this. He's really thought this out. I'm always concerned when I see somebody overthink it. If I want some guy trading my account, would you let somebody manage your account if their idea was, not only can I tell you what's going to happen after this moment in time, you always got to wonder, but you always got to be suspicious. It's called big picture strategy too. Ain't no small picture here, son. It's big picture. You want to be a big rooster, don't you? So here we have, he's called this market unbelievable. He's in a channel grind. I think he's got the classic 20 EMA. I'm going to go for, that's a 20 EMA. I would take in directions of that trend. Then, not only did he make this call to the channel, but he knew it wasn't going to do any type of like go outside, come back to here, rock it down. A little different than this complicated. Don't forget, inside of here, what he's also missing. If you're going to play that game, you're going to have to play this game. There's a little doji here. There's maybe a double bottom here instead of a single. And then maybe it just comes to here and just never looks back. And then it comes to here and there's that and it never looks back. And it just goes, oh boy. Like it fucking did here, right? Would rip your face off. And then look at this engulf. Now that's the vacuum effect as far as I'm concerned. Whoosh. Too much of a vapor trail left behind. Bam. I could see this scenario. Actually, I have a thing called Forex It. It's called Forex IT. And it projects in whatever rhythm you'd like. It's hysterical. I looked at it, I thought, yeah, but what if that doesn't... He's not only asking for one price pulse. If he sold here and rode it through the bottom and cashed out along the way, realizing that, well, in his scenario, it's going to come back to here. But he's not only presupposing that, but he knows exactly that it is going to come down there, right? Who knows what happens? Maybe it does go down, but it wicks up 1 second into the top of that, and then you're like, also this is assuming closing prices, right? He didn't put all the little zigzags in to take it to the next thing. And that's your equity fluctuating as you sit there and wait for some. And where is he selling here? Logically at the pivot, right? He's also saying in this, I'm going to sell here. I'm going to cash out there, buy it back. And then when it comes in this window, I'll sell it here. And every time it rallies, I'll sell it because the big trend's down. I know it's going to have this amazing Hana Forex move. Now, this is the Hana Forex move, which is ungodly call in the market. It's not only is it going to adjust up here, but it's going to come to here and there. And I don't even know what time frame this is. But whether that's the 5-minute chart or the monthly chart, I highly doubt that he's going to nail this trade. As you can see, in the real world, you have a doji, you come down, you wick up, you really don't spend any time there. It starts a doji out, then it collapses through the floor. It just keeps going into new lows. Then the buyers come in, rip the wick comes back to that. He doesn't really have, he has the total, so really need to have like 1 million exits from this point. We could go like this, we could go sideways, we could go like this. I mean, it's endless. The only thing we can't do is go this way. We could go straight down, we could go straight up, we could pause, we could rip. I'm sure we've seen these markets before. It's more like this, right? And we could see this. We could come back to here, get a double bottom going, a head and shoulders. It goes up, or it has to come all the way to here, and then it does the Hana Forex. Hana's is like this. I swear to God. Now she's got this move. Zigzag, zigzag, whoosh. Which does happen occasionally, right? Zigzag, zigzag, whoosh. But this guy is a trip. I just would have never found him had I not typed in Forex price vacuum. I think I used my search. Yeah, the search engine's broken inside of YouTube because they had to put it on high alert filtering. So now you can't even do a search for anything. If you haven't subscribed to somebody that's talking about that topic, you can't really do a topic search anymore on YouTube because it's in lockdown from all the people jumping out windows because they saw something they couldn't fucking handle. Like the Big Picture Strategy by Forex, by Mr. This guy's got a little bit too much coffee in him for my taste, and he's got a little bit of a drool factor. If you notice, he's a little heavy on the moisture level, and I don't know why these guys sound like they're maybe I could use a drink, but holy shit, relax. Yeah, he sounds like he's from I'm from Jersey, and we got it's like a mouthful of spit, and I'm from Jersey.
Channel tells me to stay patient for buying opportunities after a deep.
He's got a big lower lip. Stay patient. He sounds like Bernie Sanders trying to get into a trade.
Two-leg pullback tomorrow morning.
Two-leg pullback tomorrow morning. So he's really looking for this two-leg. I mean, he's literally spelling the scenario out. Incredible. But which one do I take? Do I take the Hana? I take the Hana Forex, right? This big fucking giant sell-off here.
The S&P is also bullish, but trading almost at the high of the range. So my plan is to focus on...
I mean, he's going to lose his lips. He must have had collagen injections. He's competing with Faith Goldie.
Failures for buying opportunities down below the low of that range tomorrow morning. NASDAQ is also bullish, but we're approaching the buyer's target. We talked about this last night. So rather than buying...
We talked about it last night.
High, buying at resistance.
Remember?
My focus is to buy at support. On the NASDAQ, I've got the battle zone waiting at the lows and a beautiful hidden channel on the NQ tomorrow morning. Gold
sounds very nice.
Gold is
I'm going to have to go to Hana Forex in a minute just for contrast.
Also bullish and pulling back off the highs, and I have my eyes on a hidden channel.
Really? She's got a nice hidden channel. You should see her car. It hasn't been repossessed yet.
Reliable buying opportunities tomorrow morning. And wrapping up tonight on the euro is bullish and trying to
you only live it once.
Retest the measured move resistance overhead. But my
measured move resistance overhead, people. Sell high, buy low.
Eyes are on a key support.
Yeah. This guy, it's like TMZ does Forex.
Support trend line waiting below us.
Who's the guy for TMZ that does the, yep, and then they got paparazzi came in.
For buying opportunities on Wednesday morning. Boy, I've got a great
Boy, I've got a
newsletter in store for you guys and gals tonight.
Guys and gals, I mean, we're going right back to, this would be like 1958. We're going to have a high school dance.
Right? Unless you missed the entire
West Side Story, people.
Session, you already know we had some big explosive moves in today's session. It's been a great day. It's been a great week. But as always, we're only as good as tomorrow's trades.
Well, did you ride these explosive moves, or did they hammer your fucking stops to hell? What the fuck happened?
So we're going to pack this thing in,
Pack it in.
This strategy ready to go for Wednesday's session. I'm going to open up charts in just a few moments.
Well, I'm bracing myself.
But before I take a look at those charts, though, I do want to remind you, if you're on YouTube right now,
I'm on it. Honey, I'm sitting on it.
You can find a detailed description of this entire trading strategy written in text format on my...
Wow. How do you write in text? Is that different than symbols? Like, no, it's written in Gartley's. It's like 5 ciphers and a batwing is like, fuck you.
My blog here at sidewaysmarkets.com. I'll put
sidewaysmarkets.com. I like it. I say fucking, how about noisymarkets.com? That's going to be mine. How to make money from market noise without trying.
I'll put the link in the description.
Hey, it's easy for you to say, yeah.
Of this
video.
If you have any questions about anything covered in this video, please remember to post those questions in the comment section below. And if you like what you see, please help support this channel by subscribing to the channel. Make sure you hit the bell icon so you get notified every time I post another video. And be sure to share this video with another trading friend.
I got a free pass, see? Attend your trading room. Attend our trading room. For a free pass, it's like a ticket. This is an old guy. It's got to be an old guy. Guys and gals, get your free pass.
And if you really like to stay in tune with everything I do here at School of Trade,
getting in tune,
head over to the blog at sidewaysmarkets.com.
Tune in. Tune out. What is it? Tune out? Tune in? Leary?
This is where all the action happens every day, and make sure you join our mailing list. That's right. Give me your name and your email address, and I'll send you an
It's professional grade education, people. We ain't talking about no amateur shit here.
Email. Promise no spam anytime I post something new here regarding our
spam free. It's also dolphin free and shark free.
Trading strategies. And also, don't forget, I'm always posting exclusive
content. Now, seriously, we got to get this guy like some type of, what is that thing?
Content, links, charts, and updates throughout the week that you won't find on any of my other channels. Follow me on social media in the lower left-hand.
I'm all over it, brother.
Corner for all those important chart updates throughout the week. And speaking of charts, how easy is this?
How easy is this? But wait, you also get
all the charts from tonight's video. You can download those, have them ready on your computer.
Operator standing by
for tomorrow.
Please hold. Your call is very important to us. I understand you're about to file a bankruptcy.
All that link right below the video tonight on our blog. And then speaking of tomorrow, upper right-hand corner, grab that free pass.
Ooh, can I grab it right off my screen?
What are you waiting for? Grab that.
I'm not fucking waiting, bitch. Get out of my way.
That free pass and come out and learn all.
Man, if it wasn't for that third arrow, I would have never seen it. Thanks, buddy.
All the patterns we use.
Patterns? I love patterns. Now you're talking my language. Fucking A. I thought I was going to have to text everything.
That will go great along with today's nightly newsletter. If you
nightly. Wow.
If you want more information about anything we talk about in tonight's newsletter, I cover a lot on that free pass every day. So grab.
I'm sure this guy's really. I mean, for some people, this is going to be what saves them because, they're going to wait for the best setup.
That free pass after you finish up watching the newsletter tonight, and I will see you guys tomorrow as a guest in the trade room on that free pass. All right, let's jump right in. We got a busy schedule here for tomorrow.
Jump right in. Oh, boy, here we go. What happened to the charts? I thought we was going to see patterns. We're going to see this fucking calendar shit. I hate this.
Tomorrow is Wednesday, April the 11th.
God, I'm bored. I can't even read this. I fucking got autism. I can't fucking think. 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Well, I'll be fucking. Should I put on some orders before or after that time? We got here the 8:50. Oh, Reebok's coming out. The shoes are gonna come out with a report. Yeah, what about Nike? Where's Nike? Now I want to see every shoe. I want to see all charts, every shoes right now.
11th. Of course, we got Wednesday.
I just won't feel confident till I can see Adidas up here or Adidas.
We know it's the middle of the week. Just getting this week warmed up. And we got some big news tomorrow, as you can see. We got the CPI number at 8:30. We got the inventory report at 10:30. And
damn, those arrows again. Thanks, buddy. I get lost without them fucking arrows.
of course, we got the good old FOMC minutes. Right.
Good old 2 p.m. It's not as dramatic as it used to be. I think it's debatable. It depends what's going on.
At 2 p.m. Eastern time here tomorrow. So this is some important news tomorrow. We got a lot of important news tomorrow. It's pretty much all tomorrow. There's no real major news on Thursday, and Friday is pretty much wide open. So tomorrow is pretty much the big day when it comes to major news tomorrow. So CPI number consumer prices at 8:30 Eastern time. That is definitely going to be an impact player on gold and the euro. So make sure you watch that. If you're trading the commodity,
watch it or just watch it. I like these people that suggest you just watch it. Dude, you should make money from these fucking news events. I'm sorry, don't trade the news. It's bullshit. Try trading the news on a demo account first, maybe. But you can make fucking so much money so fast in the news on a breakout strategy. Once the market explodes, you don't have to fucking trade 5 tickets. You could trade 100 tickets pending. You can have 100 tickets pending, and then the news comes out and it explodes through your stops. It comes in your limits, whatever it is. The trick is to find the landscape, to put the orders in and nest them where you know there is a lack of trading that goes back. It's how deep does the void, the lack of price go? It's not the level. It's not levels. It's I don't even know how people are saying, well, if the market goes to some Fibonacci or something, it just doesn't make sense. Watch the response of the market when it goes into a 5-year high or a 5-hour high. If you're on the 5-minute chart and it goes into a 10-hour high, and past that 10-hour high is a 5-month high, that is completely different. If beyond the 5-hour high, there is now a 7-hour high. But you have to take into account new highs, new lows. It's all you're doing is selling new highs and buying new lows. But that is time frame dependent and size dependent. You can't risk, even though you may be right, you can't put in well, you could. If you got enough money in the account, put in 500 standard lots with a 15 pip stop and ride it for 200 pips. We can all see those on the chart. We can also get stopped out of that trade if we're running with that stop. And if you watch that order get filled, you might shit your pants because you're typically at the edge of the market. It's about to keep fucking going, possibly. That is the moment of truth. In all these markets, you dip into a window. Does it gush into the window or does it dip and doji and then collapse? Or does it just doji and that's like, you know what? There's nothing there. It's just a mirage. It's not a continuation. It's not going down to hell. It's not going to par. It's just dipping into a window. It's retesting. It happens all the time. But in a 5 decimal instrument, if you fix the scale, you can get about maybe 15 pips on your screen. Maybe 10. 10 pips is still 10 times 10. Don't forget. It's 10 times 10 increments. you're not going to fit on. You can only see about max zoom in on MT4. The way I've got it set at 200%. It's running like maybe I'd say 3 pips. You're looking at 3 pips of price. Now, if you turn your tablet vertically, you can see more depth. And so trading on the tablet vertically solves the problem of perspective for depth of market. Like, even depth of market people are going to want to have a fucking vertical screen if they really want to be able to zoom in and out depth of market. Because I don't understand, another thing I don't understand is the depth of market guys, you know, you really just got to be running different, I would imagine, different compression levels of that. Because to have a standard set pip, I mean, the market's just, I'm assuming that the ES minis is dynamic as the Forex market. Since the Forex market really doesn't have, other than your brokers, the people that you're trading with on your platform, I think you can see their depth of market. But whatever you need to pull the trigger or place an order, whatever makes you feel safe is going to be what you do. So that's why people get all pissed off when I say this Fibonacci's bullshit, because they'll tell you, oh, I got in at 618, right around there, you know. Sure, I got stopped out 5 times, but my ratios are risk 1 make 10, so I'm making money. So, right? But that's also like saying, well, I got enough airbags in my car and enough Nerf bumpers. I can drive like a fucking idiot. And sure, I'm hitting shit, but nobody's getting hurt. Now, there's something that's wrong with that in a way, because you should be able to drive better than that and not have to lose money like gasoline or petrol, not lose fuel trying to over-navigate the situation. Granted, you're going to get there and nobody got killed because you had tight stops or you had good ratios, and you don't care if you're only right 52% of the time, but it seems a little bit ridiculous because you couldn't play guitar like that. Just because you're making sound come out of the speaker or off of the wood doesn't mean that you know how to play guitar. But it's funny that in the market, you can kind of muddle through because the market doesn't judge your trading. You know, the market just exists. And if you've got half a fucking brain to kind of be like, yeah, it seems like in the morning we could get some volatility. You know, it's been going sideways. I could explain it to somebody, and you know, you have to guide them very carefully. I don't think if you've ever learned anything about this, you really can't tell anybody the whole story in any kind of classical manner. I don't think, because I wouldn't, because what's the point? I know what I'm looking at, and then you have to just like set breadcrumbs out there, so to speak, because you can't give somebody the whole meal. They just won't know what course to eat first. And it really doesn't, why would they even trade if they weren't either just curious or they want to make money? Because obviously it's a money-making sport. It's not like playing guitar. You can play guitar and not make money at it and find it rewarding. I suppose you could trade demo accounts your whole life and find that rewarding too. It doesn't matter. People play these fucking arcade games on their computer. I don't know if they're making money from that, but it seems like a complete waste of time. Every time I'd see that, I'd just get anxiety. I mean, I watch people playing a video game, and I'm just thinking, what happened to you? I mean, I did play them on a 286. I played like a stick figure golf, and I'm like, okay, I ran the car thing where the car would get car damage. I thought that's cool. But then, I don't know, I just got bored. I was looking at cocoa prices, and I thought, now this is crazy, because you're talking about something that could go from X to X, and it's very real. It's something you could invest in. You could invest in, it looks like Bitcoin is going to make that run of 6,000 now. I think things are going to heal the gap this year. I think things are going to square off. I think the stock market's going to be making record highs, and Trump's going to laugh so hard. It's going to be, people are going to come unwrapped, I suppose, on the other side of the formula. But yeah, you know, this thing here, this guy's talking about, well, here comes the news and watch out for that. And I don't know. I mean, maybe he's going to deep dive. He's only 4 minutes into the video, but I just itching to watch Hannah because Hannah's so adorable. And don't forget, she's an astronaut in training. So you can either subscribe to this guy, Mr. Sideways, or Hannah Forex. I'm subscribed to Hannah Forex. I'm waiting for the next video. It's been a month, and I'm kind of tempted to text her, try to reach her on the old Textola. So let me continue with this. Hopefully, this guy is going to redeem himself and get off this fucking linear text thing that's making me like small business optimism index. Huh? You know anybody with a small business we could call and kind of like, affect the markets tomorrow? Oh, oops, sorry, did I say that?
Commodities and the currencies tomorrow morning. Don't forget about the weekly inventory report tomorrow, 10:30
I forget what I said. I'm just joking. I don't want the Illuminati to come after me.
a.m. Eastern time. Don't forget, if you're trading crude oil, right, really your cutoff is 10 a.m. After 10 a.m., things start getting a little bit too sluggish and unpredictable, unreliable as we go into that.
Unpredictable, unreliable. Oh, no. Markets could never be that. Dude, if you don't think somebody's already wiped out their account before 10 a.m., I mean, people that are trading the shit out of this stuff, they probably don't even have any, they're probably going, I'm just so beat up this week from fucking last week, I ain't even trading that fucking thing.
Major news tomorrow, so keep an eye on that.
I'll keep an eye on that. I love this keep an eye on that shit. What the fuck? Well, here's, I'm leaving you in charge of the factory here. Keep an eye on the conveyor belt. Yeah, you know what? By the way, I also have like a naked option running in the background. If you can see that Android over there, if you could just take a peek and keep an eye out for a rogue wave.
And of course, don't forget about the FOMC meeting minutes. Those meeting minutes, they're always kind of a question mark. We never quite know how much the market will react to them. What we do know, though, is we should have pretty much your standard kind of Wednesday morning, but Wednesday afternoon, right? After we come back from lunch, I would definitely hit the pause button on trades.
Yeah, I'm taking a nap if I eat lunch.
Before that number comes out.
A siesta.
And then see how the
pause button.
Market reacts to it. As you know, the afternoon sessions are always hit or miss.
Hit or miss.
It all depends on what happened in the morning and if buyers and sellers have reached
buyer beware
their objectives, right? If they haven't, oftentimes the afternoon session will finish off those objectives like we saw on Euro, gold, right, and the E-minis today. So the bottom line is tomorrow afternoon, probably going to be a bit of a roll the dice, right? Because
it's a roll that it's like gambling this goddamn trade. I can't. I got to get to the fucking charts. I have to speed this guy up. I knew I wasn't going to be able to last. Because we have to leave room for Hannah. Hannah's on deck.
At that big news report, right, at 2 p.m. Eastern time. CPI at 8:30, inventories at 10:30.
Sounds like a robot at this speed. Wow, that's my first Android.
And of course, right, 2 o'clock is the FOMC meeting minutes. But the most important time of tomorrow is 8 a.m. Eastern time. At 8 o'clock Eastern time, I'm going to be opening up my trade room with all of our members, and I will see you guys, and we'll trade this strategy, right, together, right, tomorrow morning. So be there with me, right, at 8 o'clock Eastern time. All right.
8 o'clock. I can't wait to be there.
Right, let's jump right in. Speaking of tomorrow morning, what is the plan here for tomorrow?
Let's jump right in. The battle zone. Okay. So it's my first time through here. I'm seeing it for the first time along with you. That's very interesting. Now, we've got the measured move. He's got 2 channels. He's got the moving average. He's got the battle zone. And no fibs, it looks like. Just good old-fashioned support resistance. Let's see what he has to say. I mean, I can already see that I'd probably be buying low anywhere in there. What is this? Oh, it's crude oil.
Tomorrow, a beautiful chart today. We got
a beautiful
bunch of great charts. Got some strong trends to work with. We got some trading ranges to look at. Let's begin tonight with crude oil. Crude is bullish with a strong short covering rally ahead of the weekly inventory report tomorrow morning. But the big clue is what didn't happen today. What didn't happen today was a deep pullback. Now, if you look at the bigger picture, it's easy to see this strong move higher is nothing more than a vacuum effect from that big drop on April 1st. That tells us this move higher was really nothing more than a short covering rally. It was nothing more than sellers getting out of their positions from earlier on in the month of April. Knowing this, it's easy to see there were no deep pullbacks. In fact, it wasn't until the end of the day that we finally pulled back to test the moving average on this 5,000 tick chart.
Simmer down, buddy. I don't even know what time frame that is, but I don't know what to say. I don't see any. Hannah Forex has entries. So this guy has nothing. Hidden channel, measured move, strong bull move, battle zone, striking channel. Grind break. I like that grind break. Is that where you like dry humper until you just bang her in the bathroom?
That tells me that real buyers, not the short covering sellers, are still waiting on that next deep pullback for buying opportunities going back up to retest that high. The only question I have is, when will it happen? Because we have that major...
Me too. When was it? What's it going to happen, man? I won't get some money in this trade.
News report tomorrow morning at 10:30 a.m. Eastern time, and I hope that doesn't interrupt us right before I move back up to retest the high. So right now what I want to do is I want to look at this bigger picture here and kind of show you what I mean by this vacuum or this short covering rally. Now we talked about this move going higher from last night, right? We talked about that strong move up, and we knew they were trying right to get back to retest that high. Well, obviously by the time we came in this morning, 8 o'clock Eastern time, we're running through that high, and so we're of course scrambling now, right, to find that new spike in channel, right, and buy off the low of that channel. It was a great day today in the trade room on oil, and it was an easy strategy for it. But the one thing we didn't see was we didn't see much pullback.
30-minute chart. He's scrambling. So yeah, you do have to scramble. See how fast this was? You've got a half hour to get this trade on. At the end of the half hour, you're literally coming back to previous flag area. Here's where you have the buy limits. If you're going to trend trade that, on limits, you're always going to run trailing buy limits you're going to go against the money management people. So anybody that went long here starts to run sell stops. So you get trapped here. You're going to buy that one. Then you're going to buy all these. Then there's no fill for you. You're going to buy, if you buy in limits, you're buying that pullback on the half hour. If you're going to get confirmation entry, you're probably going to put a buy stop here. This is Williams fractal entry. Buy stop, buy stop, buy stop. And you're making money, but you're taking on way more pip risk or penny or point risk. Way more. You could have easily traded this triangle, this flag, but in 1/2 hour, you've made more money than you'll ever make. Because if you don't get the fuck out here, that is the bottom. That is the problem. And this moving average is, unless you really understand how this is interpreting the closing prices, I assume it's closing prices. Could be all high, low, close, smooth, but I doubt it. He also has here the pivots, the high of the day bullshit, where these levels, they don't mean shit. In my opinion, they don't mean shit. I've said before, trade the time frame you're on. If you're on the half-hour chart, fucking trade it. Because here, sell, sell. There's two sells at the market. Up half-hour hard sell, half-hour sell. Then it comes down, buy it back, buy it back. That's the trade's over. If you're buying for uptrend in this bullshit moving average, yes. But this big down move at the market has to have a wider stop than this down move and this down move. Now here's where you make a better ratio, because if you buy every little half-hour pullback here, you get into like 8K and you're cashing out into this. Or are you letting it go and peeling them off along the way every time it climaxes on the half hour? Every half hour it's up hard, you're getting the fuck out. Or you're selling at the market for a scalp back. Anytime it moves big, you have to buy. Buy, buy, buy. You're long 3. You have to wait for this to drift all the fucking way back before this one comes to here and the sellers come in just for a moment. For a half hour, they tug it back off of that level there. So it's this whole dance here on this wick top. Yes, they trap there. It comes, it flags out dojies. Nobody's selling that. They're coming after this. And this blue line should going forward in space here. Another problem with these predetermined levels that's bullshit is, unless you know what this means, in other words, if you're on this time frame, man, you see this as a big deal. These don't mean shit. This is from another time frame also. And what are you going to attach the meaning to that? Oh, we went through, I'm supposed to buy here? I think this is complete bullshit to have this stuff. Any kind of automated trading levels is complete bullshit. Fibonacci's bullshit because it's not why the market's doing what it's doing. It doesn't have anything to do with it. This market can start cutting a new path, and everywhere it goes, it leaves a trail that it's going to react upon, because it's going to continue unfolding into the future of price. time is necessary. That's right. Renko charts are bullshit because they are taking the time out and denoising the chart. Sorry, but the chart's a fucking mess. You can't put on rose-colored glasses and live your life. Shit happens. People rob